Hello and welcome back to the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. We've just watched Liquid absolutely crush forZe on Overpass 16-3. We had some crazy runs towards the end, but they got through in the end.
Yeah, no, it got a little bit silly towards the end of it all, but Liquid still managed to hold on and close out. And Z-Power hopefully has figured out how the clock works a little bit better going into Inferno. I don't think that should be too much of an issue, but yeah, Inferno, the one to decide it all. Usually a pretty prime third map. Usually delivers pretty good games. And I'm excited to see what we have in store. Obviously, very strong map for Liquid. Played it twice at Dallas versus Ensign FaZe, won both games. That kind of gives you a bit of a feeling and inkling as to how they would be, in current form, I guess, or in recent form on the map. As for forZe, we saw them, start off not start off, but ending their group stage actually versus G2 on the map, which was that crazy quadruple overtime game, which they ended up winning. So not bad on their side either.
No, definitely shown that they can play Inferno. I think it's one of their better maps within their pool as well. But when you're talking about going up against the best team in the world on the map, who have had great results against some of the other best teams in the world, then it's kind of starting to look a little bit scary. It
does. When you look through past matches that they've played, the two sides, it's very clear that they live in two very different worlds. On a normal day basis. So. Yeah, while the map or win percentage on the map is looking pretty nice for forZe and everything, it's again versus tier 2, tier 3 opposition, not versus the likes of FaZe and Na'Vi and so on, which is pretty much the everyday for Liquid, and they boast an 81% win rate on the map. So that's kind of the lay of the land, but I think you could have said something similar for Mirage as well. The fact that Liquid are playing better teams on that map, you should expect them to win regardless. They got trounced on it. Then they seemingly woke up coming into Overpass, so who knows what's going to happen for Inferno.
Yeah, it was kind of the question, will Liquid be able to bounce back and just have that immediate, crushing performance that we expect from them?
Yeah.
And they did. So, I mean, looking onto Inferno, you'd probably expect more of the same coming in from Liquid. I think that first map was just a bit of a hiccup, perhaps warming up a little bit. They did have a travel day again from Malta to France. So
yeah, that's true.
That can definitely be, a little bit hard to get used to the new setup or whatever they're playing on. But, yeah, Liquid, they do get it done. I'm looking forward to seeing if they can do it here on the final map. It's Inferno coming up, and we're right into the pistol.
Yep. And forZe on their end don't want to have the same kind of start to the game as they did on Overpass. Just ended it before they even got into it. Stewie's going to open up on face crack. Push continues to come in on B though.
Yeah, well, Stewie hiding behind the coffins. He'll try and just fall back at this point. Liquid have got the advantage. No need to throw it away, but Flit needs to be careful. There's boost coming through. It will still be the kill for Nitro. Leash low HP, but Nitro's got another one. Liquid still coming on top of these battles. And Z-Power and Jerry desperately trying to get something, but it's all on to Z-Power. Twist will take him away, and Liquid find the pistol. The good start coming in again.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Nitro once again being very active in these opening rounds. It's good to see everyone on the side of Liquid getting involved. I think towards Overpass we saw more out of, well, both Naf and Twist, but probably Twist more so. At least to start us off. He had a very quiet Mirage game.
Yeah.
It's good to see that starting to wake up on the Liquid side. On the forZe side, well, we talked highly of Jerry leading up to the entire matchup. Haven't quite seen what he's capable of just yet. But still, fair bit of Counter-Strike to be played.
Well, Stewie has got the early pickup. Another one coming through as well on the nade. He's going to flash over the top, and there is Blade taking him away. And here are the odds for GG.Bet. Definitely looking very solid again for Liquid. And getting into the start they just had is definitely not unwarranted.
That is absolutely true. 1.15 in odds for the Liquid boys. They're looking to get their second round on the board here as well. Not really too much Split can do. Finds Twist. Trap has been sprung, and Nitro's there waiting for him.
So Z-Power gets the AWP into his hands early. We generally see that from Z-Power. He never really doesn't want to have the AWP in his hands. Yeah. He would opt to go with a save just so he can get the AWP into his hands as early as possible. And so now that he has that, that's where he feels most comfortable.
Doesn't shy away from opting out of the T side of Inferno. Has a few tricks up his sleeve. Saw versus G2 as well definitely knows how to make the most out of it. A lot of damage being dealt in Banana. Jerry goes down to 6 HP, but it's still going to find the opening on Stewie, and that's really what matters. And that's Brazen Boost. Entirety of the Banana defense on the side of Liquid has been eradicated. Already rotation over. That's going to be Nitro. forZe being able to escape from that with no casualties is ideal, to say the least.
Yeah, especially since Banana is like probably one of the most dangerous positions on this map for deaths. You know, they don't lose a single player. So, start with Elise, will go towards middle. He will take the kill onto Almizu. Flit is there in reply, so it's all onto Twist and Nitro. It's important that forZe get off to a good start in the gun runs, though. You know, they can't allow Liquid again to steam ahead. Still a chance here, though. We've seen Twist along with another person try and pull it off. So that's Nitro and Twist trying to get it done. It will be Twist walking around the corner. The double kill comes in. It's back into a 2v2. Jerry on 6 HP as well. Could easily fall here, but Twist, he will hit the deck. Jerry comes in for the pick, but again, so scary.
I can get derailed so quickly. Trying on full force over towards that A bomb site. Twist making the most of it. He really has everything going his way, too. Liquid now quickly sent back to Earth. Much better retaliation from forZe. Didn't let it get to 5 rounds for Liquid before we had an answer here. It's also going to do a lot for the Liquid economy. Means that forZe have a chance to play against the Nico for at least 1 round here. But again, capitalizing on this is obviously going to set them off to a pretty decent start on the T side. Pop flash set up by Naf, just waiting for the right time and I guess the audio cues that Stewie is looking for. They kind of cancel each other out. Wants to fight forZe, but the weapon's just going to win every time.
It's just brute force in towards the B bomb site, getting rid of everyone that stands in their way as forZe will take the bomb site. Twist just sitting back with the Deagle, and Liege also really needed, but Jerry will take away Twist, leaving Liege on his own into a 1 versus 5. At this point, forZe will be very happy with the start coming into the gun runs, and they look immediately. I feel like they look a lot better than they did on Overpass. Just straight
Much
off
more
the bat.
comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Well, seemingly having a clear game plan, and good to see Jerry getting off to a hot start too. Obviously, Ecofrag's not as important. Somebody needs to pick them up, but not really what you put the most weight in. But he himself, just getting that good feeling within himself, setting at 7 frags early on into the game, might get him going. It's going to be a vital part for forZe as we move further into this matchup. Again, bit of a half buy out of Liquid. Not going to opt to force into anything crazy.
Which is a good sign early. It means they're not feeling too overconfident, not knowing that they will definitely have a fight coming their way.
That's definitely true. We've seen a team or two get a little bit too brave with some of their purchases. Nice opening from Naf. It's going to be able to find Stewie and Spawn.
Naf also makes his way towards the back of the bomb site as forZe actually electing to give up the banana control and head way back. Almizu will be left to maintain control actually towards the top of banana while they send a party to try and recover that bomb. This angle from Liege can be so deadly. Can't really expect it, but FaceCrack should be able to find him pretty quickly here. Smoke starts to fade. Liege will back off, goes in towards Boiler and still takes that kill. Headshot onto FaceCrack. The advantage is with Liquid, and Liege has got an AK. Nitro with one as well. He's got to hold on here towards the B bomb site. Multiple players coming in towards him. Nitro with a headshot on the Z part. Almizu will get one back, but they have not checked Naf just yet. He could be the play here for Liquid. He has to step up, needs at least 1 kill. They're going to walk into his crosshair. There it is, the chance, but it's not the kill. Almizu gets lucky as the fountain actually keeps him alive.
Wow. So plenty of opportunities here for Liquid. Boost. It's going to work perfectly to negate that smoke. Flit does find the frag, though, and he's the one with high HP. It's not going to matter. Twist jumping through the smoke with an AK and makes short work of him.
That was just, you can kind of see, you just see Twist just hop through the smoke, and he had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Made it work. Twist. That got chaotic real quick for forZe. Second guessing themselves, going back and forth between bomb sites, and probably the biggest kill I think that round was Spacecraft going down in Boiler.
Yeah, definitely.
Loses grip of any sort of mid control they had initially. Obviously, it gives up an extra gun. Probably a duel that he should be winning out more often than not. So instead of a ideal start for forZe, a 3-2 lead, and them feeling good about themselves, they probably have reserved emotions on that, or mixed emotions. Nitro wins out the duel with Z-Power.
That's something we're going to have to expect to see a lot here. Z-Power going towards middle, really trying to force those opening engagements. But if he continues to be battered like that by Nitro and lose the battle every time, then might just consider stopping that.
Yeah. Would have been quite the experience, actually. We've seen Z-Power more or less win out duels with every operator he's been on the server with. That includes Kenny S and Oscar. If Nitro would be the one to topple him, that would be somewhat unexpected, as Nitro is not necessarily specialist by any means. It's kind of talked about on the previous maps. Liquid do let more or less anyone have a go at the op if they feel like it.
It's a nice luxury to have, though.
Yeah, no, definitely can't complain about having versatile players, right?
Yeah, you might not have like the specialist AWPer that you look to and go, okay, he's AWPing for the team, but if you can use the AWP on loads of players, then that's when it can almost be a little better at times.
I mean, yeah, you give basically your opponents a different look at any given time. Nobody can really feel safe that, you know, NAF never uses an AWP, so you can never smoke off here, for example. That kind of a mind can never enter your head when you're playing against Liquid.
Well, kills coming through from forZe. 3 of them, in fact, and the A bomb site is theirs. Out of nowhere, all the kills coming through. Flit really the big player in that one, and the Molotov comes in. Does damage, but they stay alive, and so forZe still with a man advantage inside of the bomb site. Liquid, they managed to pull off the retake in the last round. Can they do it again here? As NAF and Stewie2K trying to find their way back in. And I think it's a safe call at this point. They've done a good job here for us.
Yeah. Thick and fast, onto the bomb site they go, Flit finding 2 frags. That's going to be the difference maker. He had a, again, individual point of view, he had a strong overpass in terms of getting frags, just not so much for the rest of the team. He ended up on 18. But again, if he's feeling in good form, that's going to be good having into Inferno as well. Both Liquid players survive. Nobody from forZe is going to die to the bomb explosion. Bringing it back right after losing a bit of a unnecessary round. You can also see the money's not great on Liquid's side, so this might spur things on for him, for forZe. Bit of a pause though first. Curious if this is technical or not. Can't see a counter moving down, so it might be one of those tech issues. Hopefully not a too serious one.
While we're in this pause, you guys can head over towards csgo.net and use the code Cologne to get 30% more of the balance that you've already got, and also a chance to win some cool new skins.
Absolutely, make the most out of the downtime while we have it.
You can also head over to GG.Bet, have a little look at the odds there.
Well, see if something entices you in that sense. You can hear a little bit of typing going back and forth between the two teams. Nobody's disconnected from the server, and that's a good sign. Nobody's dropped out.
Yeah.
Usually that is what spells a bit of an extended break,
especially online.
Yeah, seemingly, yeah, we're back into it. So probably just something like a TeamSpeak issue.
Yeah. Something
that is rather easily solved, or maybe for Team Liquid who are currently, you know, probably in their practice room in France, being bothered by other teams making faces, screaming things outside the door. You know, just being mean old guys. We'll see, though. Back into the game we go, 3-3, and both teams have invested. Twist only with the ZZ, and P9 on Nitro, and it's looking a little bit more healthy on the side of forZe.
Liquid, they still bring something to the table here. And we've seen them win with less already here on Inferno, so forZe definitely have to have learned from their mistake and give this the respect it requires, because Team Liquid definitely can make something happen out of nothing. So you have to be very careful forZe. Make sure you don't put a foot wrong. Just over a minute left. Control of the map is generally forZe at this point. They have got top banana control. They'll start to filter the way through middle and second mid to try and poke a hole in towards the A defense.
Yeah, right now, only really downside for the B defense they got going here is lack of smokes and Molotovs if there were to come an A push or a B push. Might not be the case though. Pretty passive setup from Nitro as well, holding towards Archway. Does leave a lot of pressure on the Legion, Twist, and Pit.
Well, they throw the utility and run back over towards B, and very luckily Liquid have not rotated fully off the A bomb, so they've got 3 players close by, and Naf's in the boost position. This could be a big problem for forZe. Do they expect him still to be here? Z-Power picks up Stewie, Twist falls as well, but Elise has got 1 kill. Naf up on top of the boost, but they haven't checked him. There's the kill, the double from Naf is through. The bomb's on the floor, but Jerry is doing his best. He pulled it right back.
Time though, it's gonna run out. Sadly, that bomb being dropped by Naf there from the boost is really what saves their bacon for Liege. While that B execute is happening, you have the flit flank working out pretty nicely. Catches Twist, allows for Liquid, well, I guess disallows Liquid to actually have an early rotation over towards the B bomb site. More or less does everything that it's intended for forZe. They get everything about that B take that they wanted outside of dropping the bomb to Naf. That's unfortunate. It really would have been a big swing round for them to win. Liquid most likely looking at an eco at that point. forZe getting a chance to potentially get an easy round. Could be looking at 5-3 scoreline. Things start to become reminiscent of what we saw in Mirage. Instead, it's going to be Liquid back in the lead.
Still a chance here for forZe, though. They still have got a buy coming into it.
Yep. And again, not too impressive of a buy coming in from Liquid. 2 MP9s and a UMP.
You could actually say, you know, forZe's buy is looking a little bit better here.
Yeah, there's definitely more firepower behind it. I guess utility-wise, that's where Liquid have them beat. Now it's on to forZe to make them really use it early on to allow for openings to present themselves later on in the round. So far, though, just pretty standard stuff. Not actually going to fight for banana control. And look at this triple house setup. Well, that's one way to greet forZe into apps. Positive 2-for-1 trade. Make that a third. Nicely done by Twist. And Z-Power just misses out on Nitro. Surely he hears that scope. Oh, heard someone in mid first, and that buy rank just completely goes off the railings for forZe. Not really getting anything at all. The idea is nice, just the counter setup perfectly works for Liquid. 3 players in apps, it's definitely not something you see every day.
Yeah, Nitro with the sort of awareness just to take the player down inside of middle, then go back towards the apartments to take away Z-Pod. You know, having that trigger discipline really paying off, and now this is the chance for Liquid to start to extend upon this early lead. They can get themselves off to a very hot start on the CT side. forZe were putting up a fight early in these first couple of rounds, but losing that one so convincingly can definitely start to cause a couple more problems as Liege goes in towards the apartments, takes himself a kill onto Flit. Liquid can just fall away with the man advantage.
Liquid just playing this by the book. And in all fairness, there is a pretty hefty prize on the line here. Spot for Cologne. Stewie gets aggressive. Nice precision work there. So Lee's just going to find Z-Power and Boiler to close it out.
Yeah, that was beautiful from Stewie towards middle. 3 kills just being collected. Simple stuff, making it look easy. And so Team Liquid 6-3 is the score. Double the score of that of forZe, but they've got another buy coming in. Z-Power back onto the AWP. Something we were kind of hoping to see would be a battle between him and Nitro, but you know, after the one loss, Z-Power seems to have faltered quite a bit. So we'll see if he can step up to another level here in Inferno, because they're definitely going to need that.
Absolutely. So hasn't had the same impact in this series so far as he had versus G2. It's going to need to change if they want to stay in this.
Well, he tried to go for that early pick towards Banana. Unfortunately, the utility landed just before So he's kind of forced away from the fight. Very close to getting it, though.
Stu getting pretty aggressive there with the UMP spamming through smoke. Does decent damage onto Flit as well before backing out. Still, though, top mid, or is it top banana control in the arms of forZe. Face crack with rummage towards the forward planes of Apps. Not going to find any success. Twist decently posted up to deal with that, but now the real attack comes in. It's going to be forced with the B execution here.
Naf picks up one, but Flit is there for the reply, and here comes the push on through. But Stewie runs out of ammo, and because of that, he's easy pickings for Flit. The ball can be tossed on towards the site, and this is what forZe making to get that ball planted. Although Liquid rotating quickly over towards the B bomb side to see if they can make this retake successful. Zeepar will sit back towards Coffins. 2 players there, but Elise is already wrapped through ruins. They might not expect him to be so close already, so there isn't a window of opportunity where Elise can maybe pick off a player, though Zeepar looks towards CT. Completely blinded in the open. Twist picks that up, but Flit close by. Elise has been decapitated, and so still the 2v2. Flit's already got himself 3 kills, but the time is beginning to get so low. They've got to go for the defused. It's happening. It's happening here. Only 1 second left. It's happened. Team Liquid managed to pull off the ninja defuse. And forZe, that's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, that is not what you want to experience at this stage of the game. Having pretty decent after-plant positions, all things considered, in the 2v2. Obviously, smoke is going to be a bit of an issue, but not being able to line it up at all with 2 different cross points as well. Can't feel good for forZe. Now they've let a few slip away here. This, like we talked about, winning a swing around here and there for forZe really could have done them a lot of good. Now instead it's going to be Liquid consistently increasing the lead. Needs rain down. And some in return as well. Stewie down to 39 HP. I'll make that 14.
Wow. There's quite a lot of utility being used here towards Banana early. Oh no, Stewie tries to throw a piece of utility, has it in his hand, and it is not exactly the weapon you want to have in your hand when a fight comes through. Face crack will get rid of Elige, and we'll be into the 5v3 as the bomb site has been taken. forZe looking much better here at this point. Liquid, do they want to just save? The bomb's not even on the bomb site, so
this is what they had this round versus G2 as well, where they literally managed to take the entire bomb site. Everyone was committed and part of the take.
Yeah.
Bomb still back in spawn. Didn't matter. G2 still, I guess pretended that there was a bomb planted and did attempt a retake that didn't quite pan out.
I'm sure Liquid is sitting on A site right now, wondering what's going on.
How did this take so long? Little do they know. I guess the idea from Team Liquid would have been the same regardless of when the plant came in. It was to save Nitro with a nice little weird angle. Find one. Lazarus actually going to get the punish on him, so he sticks around a little bit too long. That's could prove to be pretty costly for Team Liquid. So see, Nitro on $400, Stewie and Elige 1,250 and 1,900 respectively. So they can't really afford to buy up here.
Yeah, it was interesting. Nitro didn't even change the position slightly. After he got that early pick, he just stayed there in the same position. So pretty easy to refrag on him.
Because he felt like he had the superior reflexes. Wasn't to be the case, though. Well, that does bring forZe at least 1 round back, and we're going to see a buy up from Liquid. So you see the updated GG.Bet odds, 1.15, and odds for a Liquid win, and also a series secured in that sense, and 4.95 for forZe. So, underdog, still remaining an underdog.
Definitely better than Overpass, though, this performance. They've already done better getting 4 runs, so, I mean, they're going in the right direction.
Improvement is all you can ask for. Yeah, they've definitely been within chances of getting even more. Still the same idea here. It's going to be One player over towards A, the rest towards B to see if they can find something. Bomb still dropped in spawn, and actually, yeah, Flit's going to connect onto Stewie, who gets very aggressive. UMP spam, entire clip through the smoke.
Well, the bomb is being brought back over towards the T apartments, so looks like forZe want to go for a bit of an A hit here, definitely telegraphing that. As Twist sits up on the balcony, he could be a big problem, a thorn in their side. Also got a leash, clutch on short as well to assist. And Face Crack will take away a leash, but the trade could be here for Twist. It is. It needed to come through, and he's got it.
Now might have to do some more work before his job is over. Rotations are coming in slowly from Liquid, but I think slowly is the key word. And, well, by the time they actually make it there, forZe seems to have changed their mind. They want to go back towards B. That's where Jerry's been posted up for the longest time. And they've actually gotten everyone off the bomb site. Naf currently posted up in spawn. This might have been the perfect call out of forZe. Nobody to boost Naf up either, so bomb plant not going to get denied. They will force it out, though, and, well, time running down. That could have gotten scary. So it's going to be Flit to find Nitro, bringing through the smoke and Z Power. Finds one. Naf.
Whoa.
Okay, then. Makes that a little bit more exciting than perhaps it needed to be for forZe, but Jerry's just going to close it out with another frag and also pick up an op. It gets dropped off for Z Power. All right, 5 rounds for forZe. They're getting closer. It's not like they had a humongous, well, T side or CT side, but that means either versus G2. It was fairly balanced, I guess.
Yeah.
On both sides from both teams. So them being able to I guess, tag along with Liquid here on this wild ride, while also losing a fair few rounds that they probably should have had. That's a pretty good start, all things considered. That Molten is going to make a sound cue. Flit has an easy time of picking up 2 kills. Liquid under pressure now. 6th round is going to be on the board for forZe, and Liquid, they will have a chance to buy up here. It's not going to be the best of buys either. You can see Stu is sitting at 4.3, Nitro 4.4. So either sacrificing weaponry or utility. Liquid believe in the firepower.
And so they should. I mean, on paper you would say much higher individual level from Liquid.
Yeah.
So you can sort of make some of those plays and sort of sacrifice the utility for the weapons. There's not much of a disparity between the kill count on Liquid either. You know, that's generally what we come to expect is when we look at the scoreboard, we see a lot of the players within the same sort of region of kills.
Yeah.
It's actually Nitro at the top, but not in terms of kills. I didn't quite catch who was actually on 11 frags there.
There you have it. But that is typical for Liquid, as you mentioned, with forZe. I guess we touched on it briefly, the fact that any given player on any given day can be the one to lead the charge. So far, it's Flit, who was the man to look for on overpass as well, and as much as he could look for players on forZe on overpass at all. Doing pretty well for himself. Z Power, who we were expecting to have a bit of a standout performance just in the series in general, is having a rough time to get going, but maybe all it takes is for forZe to kind of stay alive until they change sides, let him get loose on that CT side. Could be what they need for now, those 7-6. And again, I'm liking the buy out of forZe a whole lot better as we start the freeze time once more.
So this is when we get to see if forZe are really going to bring the fight to Liquid across Inferno. It's going to be buy against buy. The advantage here for forZe is that op. So let's see if they can make it happen. We're into round number 14. forZe looking to try and equalize the scoreline. It will be utility being tossed over towards the top of Banana early. That'll force Stewie away. And you have to come back inside the bomb site. So forZe, early advantage taken in terms of map control. They have got Banana collected already. And forZe can start to leave that. They can start to explore other avenues of approach towards the A bomb site and then make an informed decision on where they want to go towards the end.
Oh, very true. Stewie, again, going to get real aggressive. He's going to win out the battle versus Jerry as well and get pretty good eyes down Banana. He sees that there's nobody there. You can see the immediate double rotation from B. Now, forZe need to be quick. They need to put pressure on Twist.
Well, FizzCrack making his way in towards the pit. Has got the kill onto
Oh.
Nitro. Another one coming in as well from FizzCrack. Stewie comes back in through middle just at the right time.
They need to be aware that Liege is still alive. And again, normally playing that A bomb site, he should be somewhere there. Monster finds out the hard way, so as much good as forZe did initially to find the early rotation over, dealing with Twist and Pit, not enough. 1-1-1 forZe. Last round of the first half. You do get a full buy-in, so you got to be happy about that. Now, can you actually make it 8-7?
That's the best outcome on the table, the best option for forZe. 7, definitely not a bad score by any means. Coming from the T side, they've got quite a few runs already, but Elige has picked up the initial kill. FizzCrack's going to fall apart as Elige lining them up. It's a triple kill from Elige, just holding the A long position. The bomb is at his feet as well, so multiple players will still have to come his way. Luckily, Nitro was there to help him, and the flashbang comes around. A quad kill from Elige, and it will be Team Liquid ending the half 9-6.
9-6 Liquid. Bringing it back towards the end there, stabilizing, making things, or making sure things are a little bit more comfortable for them. Yeah, Liege sitting at 13 frags. Twist also joining Nitro up there with 11. Pistol round, though. Obviously going to have pretty significant impact. forZe with the opportunity to potentially just close the gap entirely in a pretty quick fashion. So we see the odds coming in from GG.Bet. Liquid again sitting around 1.15. forZe at 4.89, so not really too much change since last time. I guess there has been a bit of a status quo.
Well, Nitro has been the man to take the hit and take the utility. Essentially the water boy of the team. Carrying the double flash and the smoke.
3 decoys as well.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if there's a bigger plan behind that, but Stu has something in mind. He's gotten a double kill on Banana. Twist follows that up on Z-Power, who tries to get aggressive to see if he can find a pick, and it's quickly just falling apart here.
Yeah. I mean, if they had a bigger plan, it doesn't really matter. They've got all the kills. Yeah. Flit on his own into the 1v5. And, yeah, it's not going to happen for him. He'll stay over towards the apartments. The best outcome here is either a couple of picks if he can find them onto Liquid, or just save the Kevlar, because literally no chance of pulling this one off.
I was kind of hoping that we'd see Liquid actually have to go through the motions, and if they actually wanted to use the decoys for anything at all, if that was just...
Maybe they just purchase it because they...
Because they can.
Yeah, just because they can. You could also use it as a fake flash.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm curious to see, since they bought 3 of them, if that's going to lead to anything special, but might just be for the giggles. In any case, Liquid first to make it to double digits at 10. Now Z-Power Scout. The rest of the lads around him on Deagles, so tag damage is going to go a long way. Z-Power does actually get tagged up a little bit.
Twist is the only one remaining with his decoy, so probably not going to see too much.
We've all been duped. Liquid probably saving strats for France.
Look out for the decoy strategies at EPL. Ooh, nice one tap from Elige onto Yamizu. Just one bullet is needed. That'll be an easy headshot coming in. Nigeria, this is his chance, his opportunity to try and take a couple of players away here from Liquid, and he's done exactly that. 2 on the 5-7, and the man advantage is alive for forZe though. How much longer can they keep it? Not very long, as Nitro will take away FizzCrack, and the A-bomb site is under Liquid's control.
Yeah, Nitro straight up just runs through smoke that FizzCrack had put down. He was definitely not expecting that. He was hoping for something to the effect of a pop flash through his smoke. You can see readying himself up for it with turning the back to mid. That means Liquid, even if it's 3v3, they will get around an extra on the board. It's going to be 11, but forZe, they have at least salvaged 2 AKs to this. Definitely not bad considering where they started out. Potentially buy something up behind this. get an early go at it.
But it's starting to look good for Liquid. It's 11-6. Only 5 rounds stand between them and that grand final spot against a G2. I think that would be the final. If you looked at the lineup of teams here, I think that's the final many of us would have predicted to happen.
Absolutely. I think anything else would have been a little bit of a reach. Because it still remains to be seen if G2's hot form is going to be any match to Liquid or not, if they were to go through to the finals.
Well, I mean, Liquid haven't exactly had the smoothest of journeys throughout the Invitational, though. I mean, they've dropped a map to forZe in this series. Their opening matchup, they lost to Spirit. Other games have been pretty quick, though.
Yeah, but it's been pretty big swing between the kind of performances we've seen out of them. You're absolutely right. From demolishing, no chance in, well, Spirit a second time around, I suppose, to less than stellar openings.
Well, this is pretty good for Zpod. 2 kills coming in already. 2-man advantage for the CT side. And Team Liquid, no answer yet.
Well, it's definitely needed. It's been having a bit of a rough series so far as well. Still, though, a bit of a stack over towards that B bomb site. Jerry over there with a weapon. Same thing with Flit. So outside of that one scout, firepower is really hurting on that A bomb site.
Well, smoke's going to go off towards Library. That covers that off. Stewie is going to be seen towards Archway, but still, forZe have multiple players inside of the B bomb. The A bomb site itself, Stewie will take away Jerry, although Twist grabs Zpod. Do they expect the last player inside of the bomb site? It doesn't matter. He still only gets the 1 kill as Nitro will take him away, but the flank through middle, Flit will take away Stewie, so it's all onto Nitro yet again. He's managed to pull off a couple of clutches in the series, but this needs to be another. He looks up towards the apartment. That should have been a kill, but it will not happen for him. He gets flanked from both angles. Nitro, hard to deal with that one, and it will be 7 for forZe. Not a round they should have won on paper, but they managed to make it happen.
Yeah, you'll take it. Absolutely will, Flit. Now, getting into the 20 frag territory. 21-4-11. Remember, if you missed out on the first map, it was Almazer who had a fantastic performance, ending up with 32 kills. And I mean, Flit is kind of on pace for that.
Yeah, it's quite a disparity between the top and bottom here on forZe at the minute.
It really is.
Z-Power, FaceCrack, and Almazer are all on 7 kills.
Still, though, early days. And buy round to boot. Side of Liquid, mixed bag. Galil, CZ, and AKs. It's going to be the name of the game. These are the kind of rounds that are so big to win for forZe. It would most likely lead to another eco on the side of Liquid, but Stewie just doing his damnedest to keep them in this.
Well, Almazer under a lot of pressure. Can't exactly deal with it too well as the leash takes him down. And so it's into the 2v3. Man advantage on the T side. Flit starts to spam through the smoke, connecting a couple of the shots, but not a kill to come through yet. FaceCrack's just going to throw a smoke on the Molotov, run right through it as well. It's worked. It's got 2 kills. It's all on the Twist into the 1v2. He has to make this happen for Liquid. This one should have been theirs in the bag, but started to look a little bit more dangerous. With the bomb planted, surely they realize that he can't be towards Banana. He has to play towards CT. He's made the right call here. And we'll start to cross on over it. One of them eventually will probably tap that bomb. So to come in, and Twist forced to take the fight. Flit will drop him, continuing the good form.
There we have it. Solidly done from forZe. Again, that 3-man setup over towards Banana working swimmingly for them. If it hadn't been for that, I think it would have been a round lost more or less within the first 10 seconds of the round. Just that ability to stagger here once Stewie finds the double kill. Obviously, monumentous task from FaceCrack to actually go through that Molotov and end up getting a double kill. There we have it. Liquid still in the lead, but it is shrinking. Double ops out for forZe. See what Almazer can do with that.
Well, Z-Power will drop twists. And advantage is there on the CT side. Or they need to make sure they just put this run in the bag. You know, you cannot afford to let this one slip. Every run counts against Liquid, and so leaving Elige, Naf, and Nitro into the 3 versus 5. Not a whole lot of utility to work with. Actually, none on the Liquid side. No Kevlar. So again, just looking unlikely. This angle might be good for a kill though. Well, FaZe, he has other ideas. 2 kills come in. Flit able to finish off Naf, and that is it for forZe. 3 in a row. Not exactly the worst scenario for forZe to be in, but still a little bit more to go.
Well, as long as they can inch themselves closer, they'll take it. Now, though, a bit of a tougher task at hand. 2 creeks coming out on Liquid. It's going to be Nitro and Elige, 2 of, I guess, the more common sights to be seen. Oh, okay. Liking this. It's aggressive. Z-Power gets the drop on Naf, too.
Yeah, very smoothly done as well. No mistakes, very fluid. Results in the opening kill.
You can see the follow-up to it as well. Molotov down the stairs, checking out in towards second mid. Doesn't find anything additionally to what he started out with, but
it's definitely been practiced.
Oh, 100%.
Well, Z-Power will fall his way back in towards the A bomb site. For this opening kill, he'll be pretty happy with his work. The 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Liquid still have plenty of time to recover that. Molotov goes in towards top banana. Molotov in reply. So wasting a little bit of utility on the CT side, trying to draw it out here, Liquid. Trying to get some information off the back of that. Under a minute left to play with.
Okay, 2 out of the 3 smokes currently being lined up for Liquid. See how they want to use it. So there we go. 3rd one as well. So pretty heavy committal from the North Americans. Z-Power, this is the first opportunity. Not going to miss the second one. Flit joins in the fray as well. Face crack from Pit. He's going to find Twist, and all of a sudden it's just Elige. He finds Z-Power. And I mean, well, that's all fine and dandy. It's not really what you're looking for. And Op has been taken out of his hands, though. I'd imagine Almazer would actually jump on that sword if they couldn't drop it. But funnily enough, or luckily enough, 4 rounds in a row means you have a bit of cash saved up. Double digits for forZe. Liquid have to be sweating a little bit at this stage.
Yeah, it's definitely not gone the same way as Overpass, that's for sure. We kind of knew it was going to be a bit more of a challenge for Liquid. Inferno not a bad map for forZe by any means. And Z-Power starting to play a little bit better as well. So there's something for forZe that could actually even improve this further if he continues to play this well. But Almazer actually hits the shot on the Stewie.
Take those. Obviously, you won't have any confirmation or anything to the fact that he's tagged Stu, but softened up targets are always welcome. Still plenty of utility as well on the side of forZe. You can see Jerry just waiting in spawn. There's the first hit. Jerry falls up. Not able to get a second one, and Almazer starting to miss out on a couple of crucial chances here. Bomb's going to go down for Liquid. Now if you're Almazer, you kind of just get the hell out of dodge and wait for the rest of your team to arrive. Set up for a proper retake. You have all the utility in the world that you could ever want for this kind of a retake. You can already see Elige playing from the backside as well. Actually finds a frag on the Flit. Oh no. Oh, the timing is just dreadful. All of a sudden, it's gone from a pretty decent retake opportunity to now just being a nightmare.
Oh, there's no way he wins this. Not sure he's gonna pull this off.
He has to hold, and down it goes. And forZe had an absolutely glorious opportunity to equalize everything, and they throw it away. At least somehow manages to find a kill from new boxes versus a retake that has 3 Molotovs. That should never be the case, and stays alive as well. Then again, just most perfect timing you could have asked for there with the P250 push in towards Ruins. Or towards the flower beds from Coffins, and
the fact that Naf doesn't die there immediately is quite strange. He does damage onto the first player,
Swaps
transfers
target,
to the second, and then the leash helps him by finishing off one of them. Crazy stuff. Liquid, I mean, it's not a round they would have loved to. They wouldn't even want to be in the position where they're trying to fight off forZe, but the fact that they've done it, I think just move on. But here comes another buy from forZe. The hurdles still keep coming, and Liquid need to keep going over them.
Yeah, another double op. Hopefully Almazer will hit a fair few more shots if he's going to warrant actually using it. That kind of a scenario, you'd have to imagine that he would have been able to get at least one more kill if he had a AUG to his name. Nonetheless, though, they do believe, and no reason to doubt Z-Power at least. Early opening. And again, forZe has the advantage to work with.
Well, it's not there for much longer. Elige comes in and trades onto Almirza. Jerry on the back of the bomb site will try and have to hold on. That's one kill, but walks into the open, and Stewie's ready for that. Naf holds off the CT push. And they're covering each other very well here, Team Liquid. They recover after the initial kill. And I've got the man advantage. The bomb getting planted in forZe. They're in a position where there's no money left in the bank. So Save Cole definitely having to come in here. And Z-Power, he's looking to just to try and pick off one player, try and keep that economy at a low for Liquid. But the priority here is getting that open to the next one.
That has to be. And now forZe kind of dropping the ball with the double up setup twice in a row. Almazer definitely not being, well, either accurate enough or just well placed to deal with whatever Liquid's throwing at him. That's going to lead them to a 13th round. Also puts a lot of strain on forZe's economy here, as you said. They need to keep those weapons that they currently have into round number 24. Round number 20, yeah. See where we take it from there on, though. I'm kind of hoping that they're not going to have enough money to buy up a potential secondary op as well. Not lending itself to good results so far.
I've seen a sort of interview, it was like a year ago maybe, Carrigan kind of discussing why a team would pull out the double up setup, and he generally said you'd only pull it out if things are literally nothing else is working.
You're desperate, but that's the weird thing, right? Because they brought it back. Had a pretty decent win streak on the CT side with the single op setup.
Yeah, they just threw it in for because they had money.
Yeah, and kind of felt that way, and clearly it hasn't worked out. Instead, it's going to be Krieg in the hands of Elige to scope out towards B. Bit of a stack there as well, 3 players. See how aggressive he decides to be. Potentially could give up a, well, Krieg, and there we go. See if anybody wants to actually dive out for that, or if Liquid are going to be too quick here over towards the A-bomb site to the point where they force a rotation.
Ooh.
Face crack goes down. The other gun lost, but P250 on split. It's going to do a little bit of work. Nearly transfers over to Twist in time.
It would have been horrible for Team Liquid if they had lost another player to the P250. Naf, some gun game going on here, throws his weapon over towards default. Luckily, the Molotov was covering him off from Boiler. A player has just walked up through it. Z-Power here close towards short as well, just encroaching on the position with the open. This shot coming through, Naf able to double up as Jerry will hit the deck as well. Twists will make sure Almirza joins them, and it's 14-10. Liquid on the 3 streak.
Twist?
What just happened? Twist just stood the Molotov.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he expected the round to be over. Like, he took a little bit damage, and then he started falling off. Maybe expected he was outside of the Molotov range, and then, yeah, no, not a strong look, I have to say. But again, they've finally gotten to the point where they can actually afford to lose a little bit of a fair few members and still rebuy here. That was for the longest time under contention, but now seem to be fine as they're sitting on 14 and gonna have another buy from forZe though.
Yeah. And kind of the problem is, if they end up losing this one, Twist isn't going to have all that much money in the bank.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
So that was quite interesting. An interesting decision from Twist. Quite funny, though. Smoke goes off towards long. Nitro begins to clear short under dark as well. This Team Liquid just start to encroach on the A-bomb side. They've got one player up inside a graveyard for the CT side. Face crack on balcony will take the kill on the Elite. Nitro able to trade back, but again, Z-Power doing a great job. Nearly connects onto the second, but it's still a 3v3. Liquid Making their way in towards the A-bomb site. The rotation coming very quickly in from forZe. Now they have to get back over towards that A-bomb site as fast as possible. Liquid still have not yet taken the bomb site. They still have not cleared it. So that gives some extra time for forZe to work with.
Yeah, definitely does. And that one flash that they have now is going to have to do a lot for forZe to close the gap. They also have smokes, so they could potentially close off some of the angles here towards pit. So still have some time to move on forward, but they don't have a defuse kit, and clock's already down to 20 seconds left on the bomb, so they need to clear out everything within, well, now 5 seconds time.
Yeah, double stack in pit's going to be difficult to deal with as well, but they deal with it,
and they do it.
The defuse comes through. Okay.
Well then, if it's just that easy, then why not? Well, it's going to be in time with the bomb as well. And everybody's picked up the weapon of choosing. 2 AKs is what they're going to bring into the next round. And you mentioned it, Twist burning himself to a crisp. That might have an impact if they were to lose that round. And indeed it does. That's even with the bomb plant down. He's not going to be able to have too much money, but...
It looks like he's got a drop.
Yeah, he's going to be helped out by his teammates.
They'll bail him out of this one.
But even still, Liquid not in a pretty situation here. There's still room for forZe to bring this back, by all means.
Yeah. Well, Selfless Nitro going on to UMP, allowing Liquid to have an AK. Yeah. Twist to have an AK, not Liquid.
He's a part of Liquid, though.
Yeah.
We'll let it slide.
At least I got the team right.
It's a good start. Now, banana control being given up completely, partly because, well, there's not really a whole lot utility for forZe to battle out with. Don't want to use the very little that they do have immediately off the back of the start of the round. Right now, just sitting on 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, and 3 flashes. Again, they have that 3-man setup over towards B. They've had that for a few rounds now. I'd go, oh, that's a missed smoke. Had this over for a couple of times. Liquid opting to go towards A on all of those occasions. So this could be the first time forZe actually have something going their way in that sense.
Well, here comes the utility. They execute in towards the B bomb site. Only 3 players here on the CT side to try and deal with it. Only 1 kill from Jerry, but 2 answer back from Liquid. And Flit on the boost. This could be perfect. He does get another. Naf dreads upon him, and it's into the 2v2. Bomb plan coming through. Has Z-Pun not spotted him? I think the smoke just faded slightly and covered him off. And so he's allowed to get that bomb plant in. So it's into the 2v2 retick still. Naf holds the back of the bomb site. forZe starting to make their way in.
They still have a Molotov again. You have to imagine that they throw that towards the back of the site with FaceCrack's position, but he's taking his damnedest time and he's allowing for the smoke to fade as well before it goes down. And Lee's position known. Still going to close it out. FaceCrack not able to react in time. Lee's 28 HP, putting Liquid onto map point. 15 to 11, and well, leaves all kinds of issues on the side of forZe. Money's not quite there. Rounds, again, starting to run away from it and not being able to win out those situations and afterplants.
Yeah, there's nothing really in that other than just having incredible individual skill.
Yeah.
Right. Liquid, you know, it wasn't looking great for them, but Elise just being alive towards Banana, making the play perfect, you know, hiding back after the first pick. He's able to re-peek back into it and get it done. So, yeah, Liquid, their individual skill taking him to another level.
Really is, and we'll see if there's still more fight in the Russian youngsters. Scout being picked up on Z-Power. Auto shotgun for FaceCrack is Flit. Has a UMP, so a little bit of a mixed bag. 5-7s on Jerry and Almazer. It's hard to see how this is going to pan out for them just with a buy like this. Limited utility as well, naturally. Well, time will tell. All right, if we're going to see Team Liquid in the Grand Finals versus G2, it's the one that everyone expected. This might be the one we get.
Well, Jerry, he's got 2 kills and a 5-7 out of nowhere. So, Liquid, they're going to have to try and fight for it here in this last one, or possible last one. As though it will be another kill in the 5-7. Perhaps the pistols are what forZe need.
Oh boy.
That is, that's a bit nuts, really. Liquid only get 1 kill.
Oh boy.
and the money's back in the bin as well. So, yeah, this is not looking amazing for Liquid, I have to say.
Yeah, no, I think you're onto something here. Damn, yeah, that's about as hard of a reset as it can get in CS nowadays with the new economy. They're going to buy into it as well. I guess Twist needs a double eco regardless, so makes sense. Damn, yeah, that 5-7 from Cherry. Really putting a lot of strain on Liquid there, and Banana. Almaz are able to follow it up with a little help from some flashbangs and whatnot.
Look at Flit. It's unbelievable.
28-5. Again, he was pretty much the only one putting up a fight on overpass. Carried that on with him into Inferno. And it's getting to become a tight affair now, and again, things go according to plan, according to, I guess, normality. forZe pretty likely to win out this round. We've seen them versus G2, down 13-15 as well. That took us into quadruple overtime. Might be a bit of a mirror.
That would be quite a storyline for forZe.
Absolutely
Two favorites of the tournaments, taking them to the edge.
The little team that could.
And if they get to overtime, you have to remember they've still got a map under their belt as well. They could be the team that reaches the final.
This is absolutely it. Third map. Liquid on finals point. forZe fighting to stay alive, fighting to stay in it.
Well, you have to get all on the same page at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if this was forZe's pick as well. Oh, they've got. Oh, it definitely is. They've lost a player, so that confirms that. And he had a weapon, so.
Oh, that's Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry's taking a bit of a stroll. You kind of want your in-game leader in these moments. Definitely advisable.
Yeah, I think that's definitely required.
Yeah.
Especially since Jerry was the guy that's put them in this position with the 2-5-7 kills in the last one.
Very true. Starting to feel it, starting to heat up. Assuming, well, hoping it's not too severe of an issue, and can just match medic and get back things to where they need to be.
Thank God for match medic.
Yeah, life before that was pretty weird when you kind of had to try to replicate rounds by memory.
Oh, yeah.
Figuring out who killed who.
I think they did that at iBuyPod Masters 2019.
At 2019?
Yeah, the first tournament
Lord.
of this year. You know, it had a lot of problems, right? But
yeah, no, that's pretty much. There were so many of them that that one actually escaped me.
Yeah, so I don't think it was played on stream this game, so that's probably why. Because I ended up. They didn't cover the Liquid games, and it was Liquid's like first tournament with Stewie. Yeah. And obviously they ended up winning the tournament. So I casted the demos and uploaded them to HLTV after. And one of the demos I was casting, Liquid literally had the first 3 rounds were broken or something, so they had to replay the first 3 rounds to just replicate 3 rounds. But then they kept messing it up somehow, and then the server would crash.
There's
and
always
they'd have to do it again.
Yeah, there's a guy who's like, yeah, no, I totally got that kill, and everyone's like, no, you didn't, and then he still goes for like, I totally got that kill, and kills someone anyway, messes everything up, becomes a whole mess. Players are not reliable for any of that kind of stuff at all.
They'll take every advantage they can, right?
Oh, 100%. Like, some people thinking this is like, maybe I could get away with 1 frag extra here. You know, like, my teammate's not going to miss it, so pad those stats a little bit. Here we are, though. Jerry's back on the server. He's got a gun. He's got everything. Question is, does he have what it takes to bring Liquid down? Got to get to that 13th round. Familiar territory for them on Nuke as no, on Inferno as well. This could be it.
Well, at least Liquid don't take any damage from the early utility usage towards Banana. They've evaded that. Still alive, still kicking.
As a start, keep in mind the repercussions of this as well. Because it's been so much back and forth, Liquid don't really have built-up loss bonus. So with them forcing into this, it does mean that they're going to have double eco. Doesn't happen too often nowadays, but they do still exist. And at that stage, we should be looking at forZe sitting on potentially 14 rounds. And that's a pretty scary thought if you're Liquid. Liquid fans probably figured that this would have been closed out. It would have they would have gotten some distance on it by now.
Here comes the push on in. Jerry starts to spray away. It's another double from Jerry. Almiz trying to step up as well on the Coffin. At this point, Team Liquid, they're not getting anywhere near that B-bomb site. The rotations there, they've got 3 players stacked in here on the CT side. They also feel so strong about the defense here that they don't even have to pull a player off of A. So things are looking good for forZe, and indeed Jerry finishes it off. 4 kills in that round for him. So definitely starting to turn up the heat a little bit. And here we go. So this is not looking great for Liquid. This literally could go all the way.
Yeah, it will. Barring something absolutely incredible from Liquid or a complete meltdown from forZe, we are going to see all 30 rounds here.
Yeah. I think I've got into that mindset, though. It's just like saying, this should, because you have to use these words in Counter-Strike because they
nothing's a guarantee anymore, right? Oh, look at this. So, quick movement from Jerry into Banana. To get his teammate's head. Z-Power needs to be a little bit careful here. Be aware of what you're up against. Don't do anything too crazy here. Now tag down to 12 HP at least. And I think that's a... Oh, nice. There we go. That's what I was talking about from what we saw in the earlier games that forZe had. Z's power is just ability to flick onto people extremely quickly is nuts. Flit's actually been taken down by Twist. He's not going to get the weapon though. That's on Stewie. And this is how rounds fall apart.
Yeah. When you have Stewie in a position like this with an AUG, something crazy can happen. Z-Power trying to make sure that that cannot happen, but doesn't really get too much info off of that. And so Liquid are going to come back over towards short. Face crack, he's looking towards apartments, but the real threat is coming in from short. Flashbang in, he's completely blinded, he's spotted as well, and Stewie's got rid of him. Z-Power tries to step up, but Stewie's got another. It's a 2v2, and this might be the meltdown that we were talking about.
Might very well be AUG in the hands of Twist. Up on Stewie. Still a lot of utility on the side of CTs, though. They can section things off here a little bit. It's going to be so tough to get on the site, though. Jerry, just... Wait. What is Almazer doing?
Is he timed out?
Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this. This is definitely not the end you want the tournament life of forZe. Almazer having issues here.
Wow.
Yeah, I was curious because you can see on the radar, Almazer is so far away. Why is Jerry going for this? He has utility, he can section things off and do things so much better. But yeah, if Almazer's just...
Oh, another player's dropped as well.
Oh, wow.
Might just quit because it's over. But there it is. Liquid are a finalist against G2. Not the best way to end it, I have to say.
Yeah, bit of an anticlimactic way to close it all out, especially because that was a round that, again, very easily could have swung the round of force. We would have gotten to see all 30 rounds, and with the way they were playing as of late towards the end of that CT side, they definitely could have brought it to overtime.
Yes. Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, but you have to, tip your hat and give all the credit in the world to forZe for putting up such a good fight versus Liquid. And, I mean, people are going to say, it was an online match, yada, yada, all kind of this. You have to think about what's at the end of the line for the teams fighting in this invitational. It's a spot at Cologne. And you said it, probably the one tournament in the, throughout the year that actually is lined up evenly in terms of prestige to the majors. Everybody wants to be there. Yeah. Like, absolutely everybody. So for them to bring this much heat to Liquid, that's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen them take that first map, 6-8, out of nowhere. Everyone didn't expect them to get it done. Yeah. They come into the tournament as a replacement team for Wendigo, and they absolutely impress here. But unfortunately, the way they ended it is not amazing against Liquid, but a great performance nonetheless. Liquid are our finalists here alongside G2 in the GG.Bet Cologne Invitational. Join us after the break because we're going to get ready for that grand final.